Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Bill, this is Senior Talking Walks. Today, we're continuing our health series and I have a good one for you on food. Remember that old story about garbage in, garbage out? Well, that's pretty much true with us with food. So I'm gonna show you some of the easy things that we can do as seniors that you've got right in your own kitchen that's gonna make you feel really good. And you know what? It's gonna make you live longer and it's also gonna make you live better. You ready? Here we go. Let's be very clear about something. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a therapist, I'm not even a food expert. But I do like to eat food, so maybe I am an expert. I've just done my homework for you and I've done the research, but I want you to fact check me on anything. I'm following my own plan as a senior and you can do the same thing. Think of this as a friendly guide that you can discuss with your own doctor if you'd like. And here's the best part. These foods aren't boring, tasteless health food. These are our normal thing. They're colorful, they're flavorful, and it can make mealtime something to look forward to. And best of all, most of the ingredients come from what you probably already have right in your own pantry or refrigerator. All right, let's talk about the power of plants first. And let's start with fruits and vegetables. Now, doctors call them nutrient powerhouses. Leafy greens like spinach, kale, and lettuce are packed with vitamin A, C, and K. These support our vision, our immunity, which is very important to us seniors, and bone health. Berries, blueberries, strawberries, blackberries are all loaded with antioxidants. Think of them as tiny bodyguards for your heart and brain. And don't forget your veggies. Remember your mom telling you that, always. Veggies, eat your veggies. Well, veggies like broccoli, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts. Yeah, Brussels sprouts. These are the good ones. This is the good stuff. They contain compounds linked to lowering cancer risk. And that's huge. And here's a fun fact. Studies show people who eat 7 servings of fruits and vegetables a day can reduce their risk of early death by up to 42%. Let me repeat that. Studies show people who eat 7 servings of fruits and vegetables a day can reduce their risk of early death by up to 42%. Do you realize what a big deal that is? And it's all within our control. We can do this. So here's the simple takeaway. Fill half your plate with colorful fruits and veggies at every meal. That's an easy way to look at it, and that's an easy homework assignment for you. I want to see that when you bring it next. Drop a comment that you did this. Okay, let's now talk about the protein puzzle. As we age, our muscles naturally weaken, right? I bet everybody out there just nodded your head in approval. Yeah, you agree to that. Well, that's called sarcopenia. But do you know how we can fight it? With protein. Great sources of protein are like lean meats and chicken and turkey, fish like salmon or tuna, beans, lentils, and nuts. Eggs are another excellent choice of protein. They're affordable, they're versatile, and they're very rich in protein and B vitamins. And protein is in dairy or alternatives such as Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, and calcium fortified plant milks. Now here's a tip. Try to include protein at every meal, not just dinner. Scrambled eggs at breakfast, add beans to lunch, and enjoy fish or chicken at dinner time. Your muscles will thank you, and you will feel the difference. So, what about those fats like we hear about? Well, they should be called healthy fats for a healthy life. Now, not all fats are bad. Some fats are like premium fuel. It's the good stuff. Sometimes maybe the expensive stuff. Olive oil is the star of the Mediterranean diet, right? And guess what it's linked to? Longevity. That's right. And here's something I bet you already like. Avocados. I do. Avocados give us healthy fats plus potassium. And everybody likes nuts, unless of course you're allergic to them, so be careful. Nuts like almonds and walnuts reduce inflammation and protect the heart. And if you like seafood, you're in luck, because fatty fish, salmon, sardines, mackerel are all rich in omega-3s. And that's also the good stuff. These keep the heart strong and the brain sharp. And you all know how much I like to talk about that. Let's keep that brain healthy, folks. Keep it active. So here's the rule. Swap out butter in fried foods for healthy fats. I know that can be tough. But what if I said your life may depend on it? Think about that. You can do it. You can do it. So what about those whole grains and fiber that we hear so much about? Well, I know fiber may not sound exciting, but it's been called the secret hero of longevity. Whole grains like oats, quinoa, brown rice, I like brown rice, and whole wheat help regulate blood sugar. It supports digestion and lower cholesterol. Fiber is in beans, lentils, and fruit. So if you get a good feel of these, then you've pretty much getting plenty of fiber. And here's why it really matters. Fiber feeds the good bacteria in your gut, which improves your immunity. It also lowers the risk of heart disease and type 2 diabetes. Now, I know some of you may be thinking, well, Bill, I don't always eat enough beans, oats, and veggies. And so what about those fiber gummies that I see at the store and I see online? Well, that's really a good question. Fiber gummies can definitely help, especially if you're having trouble getting enough fiber from food. It can help. They usually contain what's called soluble fiber, which is the type that helps regulate digestion and can even support healthy blood sugar. But here's the catch. I know there's always a catch, right? They don't give you the full mix of fibers and nutrients like you'd get from whole foods like grains and fruits and vegetables. Think of gummies as a backup plan, not the main act. The real magic for longevity still comes from piling your plate with those fiber-rich foods. But if you need a little boost now and then, well, then gummies can still give you a helping hand. And here's a simple swap that can make a big difference. Choose whole grain bread instead of white bread. Oatmeal instead of sugary cereal, and brown rice instead of white. You see my buddy? My buddy's down here trying to come help. 3 simple things that you can do to help get that fiber count where it needs to be. So let's now talk about hydration. Yep, here he is. And longevity. Now, I don't know about you guys, but the older I get, I find that staying hydrated is getting tougher and tougher. Can I help you? Can I help you? Would you like to read something for the folks? Would you like to say a few words? Okay. Well, if you'll just kind of move out of the way, I can keep on going if you don't mind. You want to step down now? He wants to talk on the microphone. This is Mr. Milo, by the way. Milo is my assistant, but he's worked hard on this video, but he knows that he should now get down. So back to hydration. I'm out in the heat a lot. Maybe we're out camping or out in the yard, and all of a sudden I feel my heart pounding out of my chest, a bit lethargic and sometimes even a little dizzy, lightheaded. And then it hits me that I haven't had hardly enough water. I haven't had hardly any water. I now take Pedialyte with me on these trips, and remember to take that because it helps along with drinking a lot of water. Food is critical, but water, my friends, is essential. As we age, our sense of thirst weakens, and that means dehydration can sneak up on us. Even mild dehydration can cause fatigue, dizziness and confusion, and that can be dangerous for us seniors. So keep sipping water throughout the day. Herbal teas and water-rich foods like cucumbers, melons, and oranges also can help. And here's a practical tip for you. One good way to stay hydrated is to add just a little splash of those flavored electrolyte drinks. There's a lot of them on the market to your water. It tastes great, and it helps replace the minerals and makes drinking water more enjoyable. But keep it light, because too much sugar can cancel out the benefits. So remember, keep that water bottle handy and refill it often. So here are some special longevity boosters for you to think about. Green tea, that's one. It has been linked to lower risk of heart disease. Here's another one, dark chocolate. How about this one? In moderation, of course, and remember, ladies, chocolate in moderation. Or men, I know I fall for that. Chocolate is high in antioxidants. Turmeric, I think that's how you say that, contains curcumin, and I think that's how you say that, which is an anti-inflammatory compound. And our favorite breath mint, garlic, that supports heart health and may boost immunity as well. Add these to meals for flavor, and you get the automatic health benefits. So you knew this part was coming. Well, what foods do we need to limit or in some cases stay away from? Well, let's be honest. Some foods can shorten our lifespan. Highly processed foods, sugary drinks, and too much red or processed meat can take a toll on us. Notice the words too much. It doesn't mean you never can enjoy them. Remember the word moderation. Just treat them as sometimes foods, special foods maybe, not everyday staples. All right, let's land this plane, as an old boss of mine used to say over and over and over again. I hated that guy. Sorry, I digress, but let's sum this thing up. If you want to eat for longevity, focus on these things to put in your body. Fruits and vegetables, number one, always. Lean proteins, like meats, poultry, fish. Healthy fats, like avocados, nuts, and seeds. Olive oil. Whole grains and fiber, like oats, brown rice, whole wheat. And remember to stay hydrated. And don't forget those little boosters like green tea, the turmeric, and yes, even a bit of dark chocolate. See, there's always a little good news in changing our food habits. These choices can actually add years to your life, and even better, adding life to your years. So friends, the next time you sit down for a meal, think of it as more than just filling your stomach. Think of it as medicine for your body, fuel for your brain, and a gift to your future self. Well, thanks for joining me today, ladies and gentlemen, on this semi-walk. We walked a little, more talk than anything, right here in the Senior Talk and Walk studio. And if you found this helpful, give it a like, give the video a like, share it with a friend, and most importantly, subscribe to the Senior Talk and Walks channel for more conversations about living well after 50, 60, 70, 80, and beyond. So until next time, keep walking, keep talking, and as I always say, keep your brain active and healthy, and keep thriving. So thanks for watching, everybody. I love you guys. Have a great day.